Trapping.
Hey everybody, Joanna Lauer here. As a singer, an actress, and a Christian, I know just how important social media can be. It's a place where you can network and connect with new people, keep in touch with friends and family, you can promote your business and even spread the gospel. But social media can also be a place of negativity, stress, posts and images that believers just don't want to see. The solution? Savior Connect. Savior Connect is a brand new social media platform specifically designed for believers. Much like other social media sites, you can create your own free profile, add pictures, posts, and links, all without having to worry about seeing worldly images and messages. Savior Connect is the place where believers from all over the world can get connected. To create your profile, go to SaviorConnect.com today. Savior Connect, the Christian social network.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you doing? Welcome to another segment of the Music Industry Makeover. Yes, yours truly, DJ Ron and D-Ray, the producer, is in the house. What's going on, brother? How's everything with you?
Hey, what the deal? Hey, it's the first night of football season.
Yes.
We are live. We made it.
Yes, man.
Dallas ain't losing yet, but they will.
That's right. Yes, football is back, y'all. So, yeah, we definitely go catch some of it and things once we're done here. For sure, let's go Tampa Bay. You know, hey, but you know, I'm a Miami Dolphins fan, so it is what it is. Okay. Hey, we have a Steelers fan up here as well, but you know, hey. You know, we're gonna see at the end of the season who's gonna still be on top there. You know,
well, Ron, you remember somebody bet me last year that Dallas was gonna do something, and the loser had to wear Steelers stuff on the show. Somebody actually was silly enough to do it again.
Oh man!
Shout out to Blast Music 247.
Yes, shout out to Blast Music.
Soon to be new Pittsburgh Steelers fans.
Definitely. What's up, y'all? Hey, Mary. Good evening to you. How you doing? All right, good to see you as always. All right, make sure y'all follow us on the musicindustrymakeover.com. Okay, and all the things that we have going on there. For sure, we'd love to definitely help you in what you are doing out there, okay? If you're an artist, putting it down for sure, all right, definitely. Also, don't forget to follow me on Linktree as well. See everything that I have going on, okay? Hey, again, we are here to help push you and take you to the next level, wherever it is that you're trying to go. And my man D-Ray, the producer, go and follow him. Anything that people need to know that's coming down the pipeline for you?
Boy, I wish I could tell it, but I can't. But I got some stuff coming up that I'm really, really excited about. And it's one of those things that okay, Lord, this is in my lane, and I'm really, really excited about it. So I can't wait to spill the beans on it. All
right, that's what's up, man. Hey, well, look, just God is all the time. Make it happen. All right, hey, God is doing it. So yes, again, this is the Music Industry Makeover. We invite you to join in with us. So, and any questions and comments as we talk about the music industry and give you a few tips here and there. And hey, this is what we've been doing for over 3 years, and give God all praise and honor. And so we want to help you artists go to the next level. All right, shout out to CG93 Radio. That's one of the stations that I'm on. Also, all the viewers that are tuning in on Twitch. How y'all doing? Okay, and RIC Praise and Hip Hop Praise Show and Culture King. So, yes, hey, let's join in as we talk music, and got a lot of great things planned. So, man, where do we begin, bro? I tell you, man.
Pick one.
Pick one. All right, man. Well, you know, everybody's talking about Kanye West and his new album. he is the biggest Christian hip hop artist in the nation right now. And so, hey, it's like, okay. And so he ended up doing something. He had, I don't know if I could say this girl's name correct, Bree Bobineau or oh man.
Yeah.
Man, I always get that get that name confused and all. But Kanye West didn't ask to use the vocals. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, okay, man, yeah, gospel singer Bree says she didn't give Kanye approval to use vocals for Donda. Interesting.
Well, I before I say anything, I'm gonna let you go ahead and get in and finish that story.
Yeah, well, I think it's just one of those situations where, from what I see is that, okay, well, hey, I'm a billionaire, so people with money, we can do whatever we want to and say, hey, hey, this, we're pretty much helping them out. So, without getting that person's permission, and so I'm just going to use your material. Or I haven't heard it yet, but man, that was pretty bold. I'm interested to see what actually comes out of this.
Well,
yeah, go.
Here's my opinion. In order to use anybody's song, if you're in the marketplace, if you're an independent musician, and I'm talking to songwriters, I'm not talking to singers, and I'm not talking to just rappers. I'm talking to lyricists. I'm talking to producers. If you're in the marketplace, there is a way to legally use someone else's material that's already in the marketplace without physically asking them for permission.
Really?
Yes. You go to Harry Fox, the Harry Fox agency. You can buy a license, and with that license, whatever tier that you buy that license for, you can use whatever you want to use. Now, there are some things, in some certain situations, like, for example, with the estates of a songwriter that's no longer with us, like Marvin Gaye, like Prince, like Michael Jackson. They have enough pull that even going through Harry Fox, they can shut it down because they negotiate for themselves. They negotiate whatever rate that they want, or if they want the song to be used, the way that they want to use, all of that stuff. But for the most part, if and someone uses your song, sooner or later, you're going to get some money on it. Now, it might not be the money that you want, and you can always try to argue that point. But for the most part, there's a legal way to do it. There's a legal way to do it. Now, here's my problem with Miss Babineau and what she said, and then what Tone or B Slade or whatever you want to call him,
right?
What he said in regard to her using one of his songs. If you don't write any of your own material, you have no say so. Period. Now, as a courtesy, you might reach out and say, hey, this is your signature song. Tell me what you think.
Right.
But for the most part, if you don't write that song, you don't have any rights. You can't say yay or nay or none of that.
Yeah, here it is.
Right. Yeah. Think back about a year ago that we went over that controversy with DJ Luke Nasty sampling Kurt Franklin, "Rain Down on Me," and basically turning it into a stripper song. Right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yes.
Well, guess what? Yeah. That song is still out there. Why? Why is that song still out there? Because Kurt Franklin don't own the publishing of that song, so he could stop it even if he wanted to. Right?
Wow.
So when you see certain things like this in the media, when you see artists speak up like that, they're doing it for one or two reasons. A, they're trying to garner support, and B, they're trying to get attention because the past couple of weeks we've all been talking about Donda.
Yeah, Donda.
Yeah, Donda. And the thing is, as they said, what is it? A high tide raises all boats. So if you're attached to Donda in any way, you immediately, your profile is going up, right? So, you bring attention to the fact that, hey, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. Fine. I bet you she got a spike in her streams just by saying something.
Right.
Period.
Wow, man. I didn't realize that about with B Slade what he mentioned there. So yeah,
so the main thing is, this is why we always talk and we always harp on content creators protecting your intellectual property.
Correct.
Making sure your copyrights are registered, making sure you have your publishing. When situations like this come up, there are opportunities for you to, get revenue, get notoriety, get some more gigs, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, if you don't do it correctly, there's no way people are going to pay you, even if they are on the up and up. What a lot of people are hoping is that you don't take care of your business, that you don't do your business well, so they don't have to pay you.
They don't have to pay you. Nah,
right? That's like all of these beats that I get in my email from producers saying, "Hey, here are 10 free beats. Use them as you want." No, I won't.
Right.
You sent this to every producer on the Eastern Seaboard. Why would I want to use that? So
right. That's
my humble opinion on that whole situation. If you own it, you can claim it. If you don't own it, you figure out how to get some money from it and keep it moving.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? Again, learn the business. All right. Learn the business. That's the main thing that we were talking about, learning the business. And
what's crazy about Donda just set a record. If I read this correctly, Donda has 19 songs on the Billboard chart.
No, matter of fact, we're about to get wow, really, man. Hey, what's up, Paul Scott? Hey, she said she don't own the song, though. B Slade cleared it, and that was enough.
Well, B Slade said he didn't clear it. That's Mr. Scott. That's the whole point. She said that Kanye didn't ask her approval. He said that she didn't ask his.
Right. Yeah.
And the problem is he don't own his publishing either.
Yeah, there it is. So, yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's with Verity or so, I think. Or
I believe he was. So it's a lot of times what artists do as courtesies, you'll reach out. Like I had a client who reached out to a very, very popular R&B singer in the early 80s because he wanted to redo one of her songs. And I reminded him, it's like, well, it was nice of you to reach out, but if she doesn't own the publishing, she has no power.
That man,
So the main thing is you need to reach out to the publisher. You need to reach out to Harry Fox and do it that way before you get dragged into court.
Well, speaking of power, yeah, man, we definitely want to talk about that. Again, guys, learn the business, learn the music industry, and so that you won't be crying about, oh man, all the unfair treatment or whatever XYZ is going on with your music or so. Again, do your due diligence, and so that you can get that knowledge, so that you can have that power. Like, I think I want to. Well, I know you were talking about with Kanye being on the Billboard charts, and I definitely want to show that to where. All y'all read, trying to chase these charts and things. And look, man, how many times I tell you it's all political? All right, it's all political. I think this is it. So, hopefully this will show up. Yeah. Okay. Again, that's a video. Ebony Funderburg. Some of y'all definitely need to know about in the industry. But as you can see there. Hey, that's the billboards right there. Look at that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's all the billboards. Right. So, hold on, I'll probably try to play the video, but okay, yeah, it's right. But yeah, she 19
songs on the chart at one time. That has not been done before.
Come on, bro.
That has literally never been done before.
Literally.
Just about his entire project is on the charts.
Wow.
So that's unheard of. In today's music industry, that's just unheard of.
Okay, Paul, and thanks for the question. He says, what would we say is preventing Christian hip hop from breaking through the ceiling like Donda? Why would you say the genre is getting too commercial? What does it take? What does it take in your eyes to have Christian hip hop go where we know it belongs at the top?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, yeah, go ahead. You go ahead.
Hey, no problem. Hey, man, thank you, Paul, man. Thank you for your contribution in gospel, bro. Hey, you definitely one of the artists, man, that's definitely underrated and needs to be out there. But but to go back to your question, I would say first and foremost, what's preventing Christian hip hop from breaking through the ceiling like Donda is the lack of finances. One. Okay. Again, we're talking about a billionaire, Kanye West. As we always push on here, marketing and promotions. All right. Get your money. Organize your money and push yourself out there. Promote. Now, Kanye doesn't have to promote as much as because he's already has a fan base for over the past 20 years. But as Christian hip hop, so you know what I'm saying, we need to be serious about our business, our capital. We need to know how to do business and not just just do it just because, hey, that's my homeboy, that's my homegirl, whatever. No, we have to be serious about business. We should not be complaining about what the Stellars are doing or what they're not doing, because at the end of the day, they have their business together, that capital, that money. There's a lot of Christian hip hop artists and urban gospel artists that could come together collectively to support our own if we really, number one, trust each other, and then to put our finances together, be intentional about change. So that's definitely pretty much the first one. And then the second one, I would say, is that we don't have no organization. We don't, everybody wants to do their own thing. They want to, nobody wants to submit and just say, all right, look, let's push this one artist here and get others up under. And then just go into a rotation as how the mainstream artists, they collectively come together and work together for a common goal. So let's build unity amongst ourselves. Okay. And those are my two. Go ahead then.
Well, here's the thing, and I'm about to step on some toes.
Step on them.
So here we go. This is what we call in the show, Danny throws a grenade into the conversation.
Yes.
The main thing that is holding CHH, Christian hip hop, back is the fact that
hey, you breaking up. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it just you were just freezing up a little bit. Go ahead.
Yeah. Most Christian hip hop artists are chasing church approval. And what happens is, with church approval, you're not going to get the church approval that you are looking for. And one of the reasons why is because there are a lot of rules that are in church life, that are in the buildings of the church, that do not apply to Jesus's ministry. And so when you have a record like Donda, which is an actual Christian hip hop record that did not require church approval, right? So you got people listening to Donda that never went to church before, that don't believe in God before, right? You're having all of this whatever, and he's doing that work outside of the church, right? That to me is, if the church is not accepting Christian hip hop, then why are you still chasing their approval? I feel like you feel about the awards and like you feel about the charts. I feel about chasing church approval, because the church definitely has not embraced Christian hip hop. It's likely it won't embrace Christian hip hop, and the version of Christian hip hop that it will embrace would sound nothing like something that a young person would listen to. Right?
That's very true.
It would sound like something we would listen to, and we're in our 40s, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing for me is everybody wanting to sound the same.
Come on,
everybody wanting to sound the same, and it's not even the thing that we won't even breach the argument about wanting to sound like the world. I won't even go into that argument. But somebody, Lecrae come out Now you got 10 different rappers that want to sound like Lecrae.
Come on.
Right? The Truth come out. Now you got 15 different rappers that want to sound like the Truth.
Come
right?
on.
Kanye come out. Now you got 30 rappers that want to sound like Kanye, and then secretly inbox you and say, "Can you make me sound like Future?" You know what I mean? There is no identity anymore. And look, y'all. I'm a producer. I get those inboxes, and so the main thing is there is no identity in Christian hip hop. If I'm a non-believer, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm a non-believer and this is your invitation into the faith, what's going to get me there first? Right? Is it going to be Donda or is it going to be whatever?
Come on, right? Bro.
now Donda might get somebody to follow Jesus and get curious about Jesus, but it ain't getting anybody curious about going to church. And that might be where a little bit of the disconnect is. So
good stuff.
So we see some glow. We got some glowing on the show.
Yes, with Simone Henry. Shay Music is in the house.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, how you doing? Yes, man. Hey, well, we were talking on about Kanye's West album, and as you can see on there, that Ebony had posted, 19 slots on the Billboard, pretty much almost the whole album.
Oh my God.
So it's like you basically, these artists are chasing charts, and it's like, okay, this should be an example to you to where you could tell it's all about that popularity. Who's hot?
Yeah, and that money. Isn't Kanye a billionaire?
Yes.
And Kanye has a fan base. But Kanye has had a fan base for the past 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
Right? Wow.
So
and is he also with a label?
He is with a label, yes. But
contractually
with a label, which if you go back and read, they released Donda without his permission. Because he said he wasn't done with it. He said he wasn't done with it. The label said, "Yes, you are." And so
because they hope yes.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't they have like a CD release party and then it was like, "Oh no, we ain't done yet."
Right. He had 3 or 4 of them.
Oh my gosh.
And he's renting out stadiums.
Oh my gosh.
So
the biggest Christian hip hop artist. Yes, I said a CHH artist. I know some may not want to recognize him as one, but again, he definitely, Lecrae cannot even pull those numbers. All right, like I say.
Well, here's the thing. It's one of those things where, and I'm glad you brought up Lecrae because I thought it was interesting. Ooh, I want to get to this question. I thought it was interesting that Kanye set up in Atlanta. Right, he was at the Falcons Arena. And in the home of Lecrae, and Lecrae didn't have one feature on Donda. And Lecrae is Christian hip hop. I wonder why that is. Right? Let's talk. I wonder what that's all about. But at the same time, you got to also look at his appearance on the charts has to do with streaming, right? Donda set a streaming record. I want to say it was 150, 200 million streams in a couple of days.
Wow.
200 million in a couple of days. That's going to get you charted. And so what that did, right. The equivalent of that, if I read it correctly, is the equivalent of a record selling about 300,000 copies in 2 days. Those are Michael Jackson numbers.
Yeah.
We don't see that every day.
That's certified gold, right?
No, gold is 500,000.
500,000.
But we haven't seen numbers like that in a very, very long time, right? And so the thing is, but it goes back to Kanye already has a fan base.
Absolutely.
And that's what we've always preached on here.
Right. If you don't have a fan base, you're not gonna don't even put yourself in the same category. If it's just you, Ray, and Lil Flip and them on the block, nobody knows who y'all are.
Right.
Hey, so don't even compare yourself to that right now. Kanye been out there a long time.
Man. So, hey, we want to get to this question here, Paul. You said if, as a DJ, would I say that records of artists aren't broken in enough? I agree. Yes, they are not broken in because they don't give it time. They just want to just hit and miss or hit and quit. Like, bam, okay, you know, a couple of weeks I'm gonna promote my album. I'm like, seriously, you know what I'm saying? It takes more than a couple of weeks. All right. You know, but see, the problem with that is a lot of artists do not have patience. They want that quick, fast, in a hurry. They want that notoriety. You know, they want that money, which, well, I don't know if they even really want the money because it seems like they're more so focused on fame, on being famous and being known, but you're broke. I mean, again, it is what it is. You know, stop chasing these award shows and things just to get known. Again, that's another talk show. But yeah, would I require a fee to break a record? I mean, I'm trying to understand the question. Would I for as promoting? Yes, I would. You know, but no. If that's where you were going, Danny, but for us actually breaking a record, I mean, again, breaking records is nothing but marketing and promotions.
And let's go back to something before you jump in, Simone. Let's go back to something that you said when artists talk about, you know, I'm going to promote my record for 2 weeks, you know, 2 weeks before or whatever. Simone and I, we were at a virtual conference, about a week and a half ago. And we sat in on the Spotify representatives basically telling independent artists, you really should be doing this a month ahead. So like if you are releasing a record November 1st, you should have it delivered by really the end of September and give them all of October to consider what playlist they're going to put you on, right? You need to have your story together. You need to know, why are you doing this? What is your why? You need to have all of that stuff together. And see, and really what the problem is, another problem in not only just Christian hip hop, but gospel as a whole.
As a whole.
The urban and all of everybody.
The problem as a whole is that the record industry no longer does artist development. You got to come in already developed, right? And so what happens is that for some strange reason never gets matriculated down to the indie artists, that it's going to take you time to get developed. It's going to take you time, you know, just like it took Narada Michael Walden, you know, 5 or 6 years to turn Whitney Houston from a church singer into a recording artist. She just didn't walk into the church, you know, walk out of the church and walk into a recording booth and turn into Whitney Houston. No, that took a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? That took some effort. And so, and a lot of artists don't want to put in that work. And I saw a post the other day that the rest of it has some.
Oh, you froze up again.
The main, I saw a post the other day, and you know the rest of it has some cuss words in it, but the main crux of it said you cannot cheat the grind.
No,
you can't. Nope.
No, you can't.
You know, period. There is no way around, you know, grinding. You know, you need to, if you're a producer, you got to, you know, make beats, make songs. And it's going to take a couple of people saying, you know what, that sucks. No, don't do that. Do something different. You know, it's going to take you, you know, a lot of times, it's going to take you getting your feelings hurt a lot until you are developing, because you're developing yourself into a recording artist. And a lot of people don't want to do that. They really want a microwave career. They want
bro.
Put it in the microwave, hit 30 seconds, ding, you're a star. It don't work that way.
Don't work like that.
Well said. Well said. Simone, you want to add to it real quick?
No, well, another example of an artist that needed to be get developed first before they ever hit the recording studio. What's his name? D'Angelo. When he showed up at the label offices, you know, he was a big dude. They needed to create an image that matched that voice. And so they went and put him in the gym, put him on the treadmill, you know, made him lose the weight, get buff, whatever. So that when he came out with his first single, you know, he looked like what he sounded like, and Black women everywhere were losing their ever-loving minds.
Especially when that video.
But they had to create the artist out of that singer. You know, you can't just although these days we're a lot more forgiving. You know, we're a lot more forgiving. but you still need development, right? You still, you know, they're saying like back in the day, Adele, they wouldn't have taken Adele as she is. You know, they would have put her through some changes, you know, to change up her look and whatever. Right. But these days we're a lot more forgiving because, you know, we've got YouTube, we've got all these different social media platforms where people just go on there kind of as they are and do their thing. So as an artist, you're in a much better place today than artists were back in the day, where you had to have the look to match your sound, and you had to be a lot more polished. These days, you don't have to be as polished, but you still have to. There's just still some fundamentals that need to be there in order for you to be successful. And like D. Ray said, you know, you can't just skip the grind. You know, and we talk a lot about artists wanting to get the fame. If you want to be famous, you have to have fans. You're not famous without fans. You're just not. That just doesn't work. Who are you famous to?
The block.
Right? So, you know, as a gospel artist, whatever flavor it is you are, CHH, urban, contemporary, you know, traditional, whatever it is, Latin, you know, whatever it is, think back to why you got into this in the first place. I mean, did you get a word from the Lord that said, hey, put this word to music and go out there and preach to the people through your music? Well, if that's the case, those people, as an artist, those people are fans. So it behooves you to build up that relationship with your audience. Be strategic about it. Build up that relationship with that audience. Create that fan base. Get that fan base to a place where they will carry you to some of these bigger platforms and these industry platforms that you want to get on. But start with building that relationship and sharing the word with the people. Right? The people that you're called to spread the gospel to. You know, I feel like as gospel artists, so many people just forget that. You know, they're like, oh, well, I want to be on radio and I want to get on the award shows. Well, who are you trying to reach? You're just trying to reach the industry people with your music? Is that what you're called to do? That doesn't make sense.
Man.
Well, Simone.
Yeah.
I'm about to drop another grenade. About to throw another grenade. That might be the problem with gospel music in and of itself, because they do produce for each other. It's not for the people. The images that are created. You think about, or go back to artist development. What images? Who is creating the image of today's gospel artists? You know, back in the 60s, Berry Gordy with Motown had a finishing school that all of his artists had to go through before you even got in the studio, right? Yeah. Because Berry Gordy was trying to create an image. Well, we're not trying, you know, we're in a day now, we don't really care about an image. What we care about, are you authentic, right? What kind of relationship are you going to have with your fans? You can't have a relationship if you're fake. Nobody wants to care about nobody cares about your image when they can pick up a smartphone and Google you and figure out that you got felonies. It's like, well, let's talk about these felonies. Why you not that? You know, and so,
being authentic is being kind to yourself too, because you can't keep that fakeness forever.
No, you can't. You will be found out.
Be found out. And that's a whole lot of extra work that you don't need to be going through.
How many gospel artists do we know, and we ain't gonna mention no names, that have been trying to live that life for a long time?
That's a low down dirty shame.
Low down. That's it. Hey,
that is a low down dirty shame.
Man. Hey, Paul, appreciate all the questions. Hey, man, feel free to ask as many questions as you want, and those who are tuning in, feel free to ask questions as well too. Says, if Christian hip hop artists sound the same, what are you guys listening for? What does this different sound sound like you? No, what does the different sound like to you? Where do you see Christian hip hop in the next 3 to 5 years? Well, I'm gonna start with the last one. I see the next 3 to 5 years if we don't stand firm on our identity in Christ, we're going to be just like what the world is. And when I was working at the radio station, Intercom Communications in Greensboro, and T.I. had came to the studio, and I was talking with his manager, and he came in there, and I asked him about, what did you feel about Christian hip hop? He said it's going to be just like pretty much how you hear it today, cussing, everything else, and even including God in it. So it's like, that ain't Christian hip hop. No, we're called to be different. So, as far as the sound, that's all relative. It's again, you have to use that creative genius that's within you. You know what I'm saying, and just put it out there, but don't try to copy what other folks are doing. I mean, again, that's what I would say to that. For me, as what are we listening for? Definitely that authenticity. I love that urban sound, that R&B type sound and things. So that's what I know I'm looking for. But again, there's other DJs out there that may be looking for something different, but still let it be something that's authentic. Yeah, guys. Yeah, you can answer as well.
Yeah, me.
I have an observation to make. He's asking, it sounds like you're asking, Paul, for like an official opinion from some industry folks so that you can create a sound that they would like. I find that very interesting because that's kind of the trend now too. There's a lot of people out there creating music for Spotify and creating music for TikTok. Rather than as a Christian artist, shouldn't you be creating music that God gave you? And like Ron said, be creative, be authentic, and create that music that you believe the people will gravitate towards because of the message, because it's an authentic sound to you. And if radio plays it, they play it. If they don't, who cares? Your fans like it.
Right. That's it. Yeah, go ahead, Danny, and then I'll go after one myself.
Yeah. So what am I listening for? I'm listening, and I listen differently than a DJ. I'm listening.
Oh, you froze up again.
So I really am listening. I'm sorry. That's me.
Yeah, your Wi-Fi. Yeah. You just freeze up every now and then. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's probably my Wi-Fi. But I listen for how the record was put together first. I'm listening for the producer. I'm looking for does it have that bop? Is it moving me? Right? Mm-hmm. Then I'm getting to the lyricist. Is he saying anything that I want to hear again? Is he saying something that I could put on repeat? Because this is speaking to my situation. This is speaking to me on a human level, not just as somebody that's in the music business, on a human level, right? And so, not like, for example, if you want to, like I said earlier, talking about Future or T-Pain or some of these guys that came out years and years ago, and now for whatever reason, every rapper that comes out has to use auto-tune. They use auto-tunes on their lyrics. On their vocal performances, and for some strange reason, it's a new trend to not rap on beat, which really aggravates me. So that's what I'm looking for. Do you have an identity? Do you have a story? What is your why? Why are you doing this? I've run into so many great independent artists that have a fascinating story as to why they're getting into it and why they're doing it. That is what I'm looking for. That is what's going to have me saying, you know what, man, whatever you need, let's work. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for somebody that's already trying to have something tailor-made for the industry, because you're kind of suspect already.
Oh man, that's facts right there. That is facts. Yeah. Hey, Paul. Look, and I want to speak on Paul because I know him personally. I've known him since 2009, I believe, and Paul has some great music. All right, Paul Scott and I think with Paul Scott and Company or so. But again, go and Google Paul Scott or go on Spotify. He has some great music. Paul, you just like many other great artists like yourself, you need marketing and promotions. That's what separates you from the mainstream is the marketing and promotions. You got to spend that money out there, get on platforms, push, market, brand yourself, get get some merchandise because again, you have good music. All right. Paul is a ready-made artist that's made a label could pick him up. But again, in this day and age, you don't need a label, to be honest with you. All right. Again, that's just a loan shark. That you really don't need.
I'm anti-label right now, man. Get your content up. Get your
content.
Get your content up, man. Whatever that is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Get your content up, get your finances up, man. Again, you are a business. Yeah, I'm not just talking to Paul, but talking to all you other artists out there. You know what I'm saying? Again, you are a business. If you are serious about your music, and again, there's a lot of great artists like Paul that has some good music out there that just need to be heard and be on other platforms. And so be authentic, put it out there. There's somebody that's going to like. There are people that are going to like what you put out. You just have to find them. They have to find you.
Absolutely.
It's real simple. And yes, it comes with the territory, investing, bottom line. And again, be smart with your investment. Take calculated risk. Okay. If you feel this is the perfect platform for you to help push what you're trying to do, then use that. Not all platforms is going to fit your agenda. Just like, again, if you're a Christian hip hop artist, there's no reason for you to go to a country music station.
Right.
All right. That's a different audience.
Be smart about your targeting.
Be smart.
I have I wanted to say this too, is that I feel like a lot of good artists, like artists who have good music, I feel like they think that they can stand on the fact that their music is good. And that's all they need to do is put out good music.
No.
And the world will love it. It's like if I buy the dress, the party will come. That's not necessarily true, right? Good artists who put out good music should be the ones to invest the most because it'll take their music even further than somebody who doesn't have that great, whose music isn't that great, because you'll get a better return on investment if your music is good. I see a lot of artists out there who have mediocre to not great music, but they are willing to put some dollars behind it. Let me tell you.
That's the major difference. Speak it, Simone.
But it seems like the artists who have really good music, they just want to stand on how good the music is. There's a lot of good music out there. You're competing with a lot of other music, a lot of other artists. There's a lot of noise. So you can't just rest on the laurels of how great your music is. You do need to put some investment behind it to push it.
I got to piggyback on that, Simone, because that was great. I challenge any artist that think that they can stand on their music and their music is good. I challenge you to go to any basketball court in your hood, right? Watch the brothers down there that play basketball. It's probably 2 or 3 of them, a whole team of them that are NBA level, that are college level, right? They are playground legends. Why? Maybe they didn't invest in their basketball career. Maybe they didn't have the discipline to go to practice. Maybe they didn't do this and they didn't do that. And
good,
they
Danny.
are playground legends. Now, if you want to be a playground legend, that's your business, as Miss Tabitha would say. However, you can't. I can't work with playground legends. And it's funny. My wife preached a message this past Sunday on heavenly strategy. And the thing about having a heavenly strategy is this: you could take a mediocre artist or an artist that is most people would say that they can't sing or they can't rap or do whatever. You take that mediocre artist, and if he has or she has a strategy, you'll never be able to stop him.
That's true.
That's very good.
Good strategy will beat good talent any day.
That is so true. I mean, I remember back in the day, we used to hear some crazy stuff on the radio, and it's like, how in the world did they get on the radio?
Marketing and
But
promotions.
they put their marketing dollars behind it, and they got themselves out there.
Definitely. Oh,
And,
hey,
and it's crazy how some of them DJs will complain that well, how did this guy become a star? How did this guy get on the radio or whatever? Sometimes it is a heavenly strategy. But I will also say this, and let me put it out there. Yes, you got to do your homework. Yes, you got to know what you're spending your money on. Right. But at the end of the day, scared money don't make money.
I like that, D-Ray. Scared money don't make money. Man, hey, you need to coin that.
Scared money don't make money.
Write that down. Coin that phrase.
I have to attribute that to Tamika Hall and some of her people.
That's all right. Hey, we'll give her the credit.
Yeah, scared money don't make money. If you don't invest in yourself,
man,
who are you to tell me to invest in you?
Right. Man, that was like a rhema word right there. Who are you to tell me to invest in you if you're not even going to invest in you? Scared money don't make money. Wow. Paul says, I just know that the artist building relationship with radio DJs and producers is a lost art. I can agree with you on that. Yeah, it is. That's why y'all chasing radio. You know what I'm saying? When the radio DJ does not have the power to play whatever they want, because they have to go by what the program director tells them. Yeah. Okay. All right. It definitely builds chemistry and causes a massive wave of expansion because of what was built organically. I see now as a time to start rebuilding. Exactly. All right. And really implementing what we're saying. Again, so yeah, what you guys are saying independently. Exactly. Independently. Right now is the best time to be an independent artist. You got the power within your hands, guys. Definitely.
And you have all the tools that are available to the big labels.
You do. Okay. And then Paul, hey, my man Orlando, hey, RYC Praise News radio station. All right. Get in contact with them. Like I said, you can hey man, the power is within your hands. Okay. The process will never change.
Right. Yeah. And you talk about 20, 30 years ago, for you to have a digital recording studio in your house would cost you tens of thousands of dollars, right?
Right.
You can have a digital recording studio in your house for between $500 and $600 now, computer included. You know what I mean? And you're industry level. So the idea that I can't do this, I can't do that, you got to change your mindset. And
make moves or make excuses.
Exactly. And your mindset has to start with why you are doing it. If you're gonna sit there and say, hey, I love gospel music all my life, I don't necessarily want to be whatever. I just love this music and this is great. Somebody that's in marketing can build on that and say, I want to do this. He wants to do it just because he wants to do it. I said fantabulous. Fabulous. You know what I mean?
That's my word.
You can build on that. Fantabulous. That's great. But these artists that say that I want to do this for the Lord because the Lord sent me, and you don't hear any anointing in what you are hearing, and it's like, I don't know about that. I just don't know. You know what I mean? I just don't know. So
definitely. So again, guys, we want to move quickly on it. The time is getting us, so we want to talk about, again, as we said, you have the power. When you own your music, you have the power. Just like with what Miss Anita Baker, she owns her masters. So every time her song gets streamed or played, she gets paid. Okay, she gets paid. So it is very important. Again, no need to run to a record label when you can own your own masters and put yourself out there. All right, market and promote. Okay. Again, passive income that could become.
Well, a couple of things on that. Number one, Miss Baker is an actual writer. And she didn't write everything, but she's an actual writer. So that means that a lot of her stuff, she would have some pull because she's one of the writers. Two, and we talked about this off air, we could take bets on who helped her get those masters.
Yeah.
You know, I'll keep that to we'll keep that to our back conversation. But the
Right.
most important thing is she now has generational wealth to leave to
Yes.
her family with
Yes.
her blood, sweat, and tears over the past
Bless your
40 some
children's
odd years.
children.
You
Come
know what I
on.
mean? For the past
Mhm.
40 some odd years that she's been in the industry,
Yes.
she came out in like 79, 80.
Yeah.
She was
Uh-huh.
with chapter 8 when George Duke, and so
Wow.
she's been around a long time.
A long
And
time.
for her to be able to get that and to be able to keep that in her family, kudos to her. I'm happy for
Yes. I, I am very happy for. I mean, timeless music. Someone that could really sing. You know
her.
what I'm saying? I mean, yes, I'm very happy for her. And again, I mean, you throw on an Anita Baker song, it's man, folks are going to go back down memory lane because always was beautiful.
And
I mean,
it's nothing in an Anita Baker record for all you super saints out there.
mm-hmm,
There ain't nothing in an Anita Baker record that you have ever heard that you could not play if Jesus walked in your living room right now.
Mhm.
right,
Absolutely nothing.
right,
Right.
right.
So that's another show in and of itself about right and wrong, secular, non-secular, or what have you. But the main thing is it's timeless music. It took a lot of
Mm,
blood, sweat, and tears, a lot of work, a lot of rehearsals, a lot of this, a lot
yeah.
of that. The same work that we were talking about that a lot of artists don't want. Miss Baker
Mm-hmm,
didn't. She never cheated the grind. Everything that you
mm-mm,
see that she got, she earned. She really earned.
exactly. I,
So yeah.
I mean, yeah, she was on a record label. Okay, that's
Mhm.
who owned her masters and everything. They promoted her so because she had what they wanted, and they were making millions of dollars off of her. All right.
Mhm.
Mhm. Yeah.
Now, hey, that has shifted, as Danny said. She's positioned her family for generational wealth,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and
And it's advantageous for her because it's two things. Number one, any new record that she comes out with now, right?
mm-hmm. Oh
Everybody's
man,
any new record is what consumers always do. They listen to the new record and then they go back and listen to the old record, right?
yes,
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so that's going to increase her streams. And when the day comes that she no longer is with us, we all know that when performers pass on, those streaming royalties go up sometimes 300, 400, 500%.
Mhm.
And
mm-hmm.
now her family gets to benefit from that, which is great, you know.
That's a blessing.
Yeah.
Wow. So again, yeah, we just want to show you all examples of what's going on in the music industry, guys, and handle your business, learn it, realize it is always evolving, and what worked 20, 30 years ago is not going to work today.
That's right.
No,
Okay.
it's not.
it's,
Now the
it's not
grind,
going to work.
I told somebody the other day, it's almost like the grind is like an old engine, right?
Mm.
An old engine from back in the day. That grind is still gonna work, but the spark plugs, you can't
Ah,
take. You gonna have to change the spark plugs. You're gonna have to
come
Right.
on.
change some other stuff to accompany that engine because the grind ain't gonna never change. It's what's around that grind now. Our grind now is streaming, merchandising, social
Mm.
media management,
Come on.
marketing, live shows, content creation, intellectual
Mhm.
properties. That's our grind right now. You know what
That's
I
our
mean?
grind.
So
Yeah.
and there's
Email
nothing's gonna
marketing,
change that.
nurturing your fan base,
Absolutely,
There it
absolutely.
is. Great
digital
job.
ad.
And I would shout out to Mr. Scott and whoever else is listening. If you're having a problem with that, reach out to somebody that knows marketing and knows these waters because the last thing that you want to be is swimming out there where them sharks are.
Mm. Hey, well,
Hey,
you know what? Hey, man, look, because hey, I love marine biology, and man, the thing that the top predator in the sea is the killer whale. You know what I'm saying? And so, again, killer whales, they don't really attack humans, but it's just that again, they are the top predators, and they mainly kill for fun. So it's like pretty much people will take advantage of you because they can, because of your ignorance. So don't allow them to do that. All right. Learn the industry.
Man, ain't nobody scared of no killer whale. They scared of
Man.
great white.
Hey man, hey, man. Look, I be watching Animal Planet, man. Hey.
When they think
where this analogy came from.
Look, when they think of killer whale, they think Free Willy. From back in the
Shamu,
when you think of Jaws, you think of a great white, and hey, that's the. Here's somebody said hammerhead.
Man, yeah, but learn the business, you all. Learn the business, all right, and don't come at people with sympathy, because we all got a story.
Please,
all right,
and please have a budget. Please
have a budget.
Please,
have a budget.
Please have a budget.
Yes, I mean, again, money is not the root of all evil. The love of it. All right, but
and it's not even that. You know what? It costs money for us to flip these computers on. It costs money for. Or wait a minute. What did he say?
So we say Lecrae not going on tour with Justin Bieber hurt Christian hip hop as a whole. I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so. Because that's kind of a different audience, so to speak. It might have hurt Lecrae, but it wouldn't have hurt.
Yeah, hurt them pockets.
Because here's the thing, Mr. Scott, and I want you to do this. Google who is the most popular Christian rapper.
Oh, yeah.
And you know the name is gonna come up. Toby Mac is gonna be the name that comes up. Right? So therein lies a problem that we got 2 minutes and I'm not going to even go into. But you asked the question, where do I see Christian hip hop in the next 3 to 5 years? I see it looking for an Elvis.
Well,
I see it looking for an Elvis, because if you look at all of our music, from gospel to the blues to R&B to hip hop, wherever, there's always an Elvis. There's always that white artist that gets us indoors that black artists can't go.
Yeah.
And so
that's a talk show for real.
I probably just need to leave it at that.
That is and that's one I'm not afraid to have. You know what I'm saying? Just call a spade a spade.
Mr. Page, here's my advice to you. Whatever it costs you to produce your song or to produce your album, pay the exact same thing in promotion as a start. So if it costs you $1,000 to produce your album, at minimum you need to budget for $1,000 in promotion. At minimum.
There it is. That means you got to sacrifice, you all. You got to sacrifice. How bad do you want it? You know what I'm saying? How bad do you want it? Yeah, looking for Elvis. Hey, how about we look for a Tupac? You know what I'm saying? No.
Hey, and trust me, his name is mentioned.
Oh yeah. Andy Mineo. Okay, yeah.
And let's we ain't gonna talk about who owns Rapzilla. Like I said, that's another conversation for later.
Hey, culture vultures, but we're gonna move on with that. But hey, well, look, unfortunately, all things must come to an end, but God's love never ends. I want to thank y'all so much for joining us. Simone Henry of SJ Music, go ahead with your last words.
If you're interested in help to grow your fan base, I am here to help you. Inbox me and I will, or visit my website and sign up for my mailing list, and you will hear from me. And the stuff that you learned here today, take action and never give up.
Come on, never give up. All right. Awesome words of wisdom right there. D-Ray, go ahead, sir. D-Ray, the producer.
I get inboxes from people who watch our show who say pretty much the same thing. I'm starting to apply what I'm hearing on this show, and I'm starting to see some results.
Praise God.
I'm actually starting to make some money now where I wasn't making before. That I can actually see some legitimacy in not only my career, but in what you guys were saying. And so my encouragement to y'all is, as we're sitting up here sharing, pray about it, but move on it. If this is your calling, if this is your lane, move, launch, go. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna leave you. Scared money, don't make money.
Don't make money.
Well said. Oh man, I love it. Hey, well, guys, hey, it is what it is, man. They said some wonderful words right there. Go and make it happen. All right. Scared money, don't make money. All right. And a closed mouth never gets fed. So just go ahead on.
Facts.
You know, say, hey, you know, and if you're waiting on the Lord, he done gave you the tools to be successful. So what you waiting on? All right, make it happen.
Absolutely.
Yes, again, you matter in the kingdom of God, so don't compare yourself or your ministry to anyone else out there. Just do what God's called you to do, and you'll be just fine. All right. Hey, you all have a blessed one. We'll see you for another segment of the Music Industry Makeover podcast. Be blessed. Peace.